Hello, you are welcome once again to my channel. This is GB Bello and this is my studio. I know you must have been learning one or two things from this channel, and I want to commend you and thank everyone that have been subscribing and have been coming to this place to learn how to sew. Like I said, this is learning to sew classes. This is for beginners. I've watched some other training, tailoring trainings on YouTube that I know that they can't, a beginner can't fit up on them. You understand? You just be looking at what they are doing, but you can't understand what they are doing. But I've decided to simplify it in these videos. Remember, I said I'm a shirt maker, and I'm still going into shirt making. But before I get there, I decided that this year I'm going to train people how to sew. So by the time I start making my shirt, don't ask me, GB, I don't know how to sew. I will just refer you to these videos. Go and learn. I'm teaching people how to sew now. So come and watch this video now. So by the time I start my shirt making trainings, you won't be lost. You understand? That's why I'm taking my time to go through all this. So I'm sure you must have been learning something. You have learned how to sew round boba. You have learned how to cut and sew your simple stylish bubbles. You have learned how to cut your straight skirt block, which you can maneuver. You understand? And then, like I said we are going to have trousers. Now, these trousers I'm talking about is just trousers for starters, for beginners, and it's trousers with elastic band, not with waistband though. You can't do that one now. All right, so this is going to be trousers with elastic band. Now, the measurement that you will need, I would have said that you will need your waist measurement, but we will not need our waist measurement because it is elastic band. So it's going to be wide. We are using the hip measurement, it's going to be wide up like that, and it is the elastic band that you apply on your waist that will fit it to your waist. You understand now when you put elastic band. So you don't really need the waist measurement for this elastic band trousers. So your trouser length, you will need that one, and to take that measurement, start from the waist down to the heels. You understand? Down to the heel. Someone say, where is he? After your ankle, the heel gongo. Start from from your waist to the heel. So when you wear your trousers, it will stand very well on your shoe or whatever you are putting on it. Someone say, can male and female? Yes, male and female can wear what I'm going to teach now. All right. So after the trouser length, you can also take the thigh measurement. Now, the thigh measurement is you are going to take the roundness of the widest part of your thigh. And now, to most people, the widest part of the thigh is the upper part of the thigh. There are some other people that the widest part of their thigh is the mid part of the thigh. Whichever one that applies to you, apply to your client. So that is where you should take it. So take your tape, round the widest part of your thigh to the skin and free it up with like 2 inches. I've defined what freeness mean in my previous videos. I said when you are taking measurement, you don't just take it to the skin. Your tape must be a little free so that by the time you want to wear your clothes or your client want to wear the clothes, it will be wearable. You understand? Your trouser does not have zip on the thigh, that. So you need a little freeness. So when you put your tape rule around your thigh to the skin, just free it up a little with 2 inches. Remember, I said it is not also the same thing as sewing allowance. You apply sewing allowance when you are drafting your pattern or when you are sewing. I'm putting all these tutorials together in a digital sewing book. I am sure you will love to have that book when it's sorted. Okay, so that is that about the thigh measurement. You take the widest part of the thigh. When you take the measurement on your skin, free it up a little with like 2 inches so that it can be a little free. Then record what you get. Now the next measurement is the ankle measurement. Take your ankle circumference measurement. Take your, did I say ankle? It is a nail circumference measurement first before we get to the ankle. So take the roundness of your knee. Then allow a little freeness of like 2 inches. So your knee will need to move too. So allow a freeness of like 2 inches too when you take it to skin, and then you record your measurement. The ankle circumference measurement, your ankle now, you might not really need it because I'm going to give you a standard measurement for your trousers. I used to do this a lot when I'm training people basic, especially when I'm introducing them to sewing. I always prefer, I give them some standard measurements in some instances, so it can be easy for them, so they won't start struggling with some details at the early stage. As you advance, as you go to learn more, you will be introduced to those other details. So those are the measurements that you need. You need the measurement for your length, you need the measurement for the thigh, you need the knee circumference measurement also. I say I'm going to give you a standard measurement for your ankle circumference. When we are drafting the pattern, I will give you a standard measurement that you can use. It is applicable, you understand, to moderate sizes, which you can also increase for bigger sizes. Somebody is saying, GB, excuse me, ma, you have not spoken about crouch depth. Yes, you know, the same question I remember other trainings that I've had. People used to ask me, ma, you did not show us how to measure crouch depth. People are always very particular about that, you know, and because some of them have proud understand that. Okay, so how do you take your crouch depth? One of them, excuse me, ma, I will ask the client to sit down in a chair, then I will take the measurement from his or her waist, then to the seat. He said that. I said, so you will be giving your client stress. Stand up, sit down. I said, ha. The other person said, excuse me, man, this is what I do. I will put my tape around the crouch area. I will pass it across the crouch area of my client, and I will pull it up, and I will check the measurement. I said, ha, you will be rough handling your clients like that, all because you want to do a crouch depth. I said, no way. Okay, take for instance, someone like me now that I have made clients, and at times I even go to their houses to take their measurement. Maybe it is the wife, madam of the house, that say, okay, GB, come and take measurement for my husband. I bought some fabrics and I want you to sew male natives for them. And here you will have madam seated in the living room. You also have the daughters seated in the living room, and I'm here to measure daddy. Do you think I will now put my tape underneath daddy and now use it to pull it, and now pull it up to check the couch depth? God forbid, they will pursue me from that kind of house. So I don't do that. Now what I do now for starters, whenever I'm training basic classes in this trousers, I give them standard measurements. There are some standard measurements that you can apply based on the length of the trousers, on the real length of the trousers. Like now, if you have 37 to 38 inches, you can use 10 inches crouch depth. If the length is 37 to 38 inches, the length of the trousers, the real length of the trousers that you have measured on your client or the person you are sewing for, between 37 to 38 inches, you can use 10 inches crouch depth. If it is 39 to 40, you can use 11 inches crouch depth. If it is 41 to 42, you can use 12 inches crouch depth. If it is 43 to 45, you can use 13 inches crouch depth. If it is 46 to 48, you can use 14 inches crouch depth for them. All these details are packaged in my digital sewing book. When you get it, you will see it laid out there. Now, mind you, there's also one thing that I used to tell trainees. When I give you this crouch depth table, it is only applicable to real length of trousers. I know that now people like to go with trending length. What do I mean by trending length? If you are sewing for youth, they will tell you, see, I sag my trousers. So don't start the measurement from the waist, start from my hip and take it down, you know. Take down that trending measurement. Also take down the real length of the trouser of that person, real length of waist to heel. Take it down, write it as real length. The trending measurement that the person also wants to start from the hip down to the heel or down to the ankle, take it also as a trending length. But whenever you want to start constructing your pattern on paper and you want to use my crouch depth table, use the real length to get the crouch depth, the real length. Use it to identify the crouch depth and use it to apply it in your pattern. Now when you want to construct the length of that trouser, then you can now use the trending length. I hope you got that. Some other people say, you know what, my own trousers is Michael Jackson. He doesn't get that. So when you are measuring to the heel, they say, oh, who is going to wear that? I can't wear that. Let it stop. Even above the heel itself, above my ankle, say I want it to be very short. don't worry. You know, you just tell them, you said don't worry. First of all, take the real measurement from the waist down to the hip. Then you also take the trending measurement that that person needs from the waist, or maybe to wherever the person wants it to get to. Then when you want to construct your pattern on paper, you will use the real length to apply the crouch depth. You will use the real length to locate the crouch depth on the crouch depth table. Then when you want to construct the length of that trouser for that particular client, you will now use the trending length that the person prefer. I hope I clarified that. So this is just the tutorials. In the next video, I'll be showing you how to cut your trousers. I'll see you there.